Juan Soto signing a contract with the New York Mets is not only a possibility at this point, it is a probability. And according to multiple reports, the signature is imminent, and Juan Soto will be a New York Met sometime within the next week or so. So we'll break that down and much more on this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Welcome in, everybody, to 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, and we got an absolute bombshell to bring to you guys today concerning Juan Soto to the New York Mets. Now, it's still not a done deal, still a lot of moving parts that need to be put into place here, but all the industry sources are saying that this is going to happen. It's only a matter of when it's going to happen. Before we get into all of that, I want to let you know that a large percentage of you who are watching these videos are not subscribed to the channel, and we're close to my goal of 2,000 subscribers, so it would mean the world to me if you could help get me there. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into the video. And the Mets are widely regarded as the favorite for Juan Soto, with many in the industry believing the team's owner, Steve Cohen, will top any rival bid. And that was from Ken Rosenthal just earlier today. And according to Andy Martino, a New York-based reporter, the Juan Soto sweepstakes are in the final offer stages, and everyone believes a decision will come before the winter meeting. The Soto stove is finally about to ignite. And we'll move on to another report here. The MLB Network's Juan Soto graph. They have a 37% chance for the Mets to sign him. Surprisingly, the Jays at 30%. Who are expected to give the biggest offer, at least the biggest initial offer for Juan Soto. Then they have the Dodgers and the Red Sox at a slim chance, and the New York Yankees, obviously the team that he spent this past season with, at 22%. So very interesting percentages there, but this is what I wanted to get to. Update. David Pingalore, the sports anchor and top reporter for KTLA 5 News in Los Angeles, is reporting that Juan Soto signing with the New York Mets is imminent. The chatter is real, he reports. And if you're wondering who David Pingalore is, because I was when I first read that report, David Pingalore is a reporter for KTLA 5 News. He's had a 20-year career and covers professional sports. He was at the press conference tonight with Scott Boras. So at the time that you're seeing this, he was at the press conference from the night before. He is followed by the Boras Corps. No, this does not mean it's right. Yes, this is the most legitimate source to speak on Juan Soto. Now, I wouldn't go that far. There are obviously some other notable names to mention here. Most notably, John Heyman. You obviously got Jeff Passan, Bob Nightingale. Those are the big three when it comes to baseball reporting. But Ken Rosenthal and clearly David Pingalore are no slouches when we're talking about credibility within the industry. And I'm a Blue Jay fan. I want him to go to the Toronto Blue Jays, but as of now, it seems like the Mets are clearly in the pole position to sign this guy. I don't know when it's going to get done, but it seems as though it's a matter of when and not if it's going to get done. And Juan Soto, he's clearly, well, the priority is semi-clear that he wants to get the most money, and he probably will get the most money from whoever he decides to sign with. But Steve Cohen, who has publicly come out and said that he will not be outbid for the services of Soto, and that to any Mets fan is music to their ears, I would assume at least. It's a ton of money. It's going to probably be around the $700 million mark, maybe slightly below that, maybe slightly above that as well. Maybe he wants to desperately break that record that Shohei Ohtani set just a year ago when he signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So I truly believe that he will sign with the New York Mets. And it's unfortunate because I don't want that to happen. I want him to sign with the Blue Jays, obviously for personal biased reasons, but we can't ignore the facts here. And we can't ignore the situation that is at hand. Juan Soto wants a lot of money. What does Steve Cohen have? A lot of money. The Mets had the highest payroll last year. Even though a lot of that payroll was playing on different teams at certain points of the season, they had the highest payroll by a pretty wide margin as well. And that did not stop them from making the subsequent moves to sort of retool the organization. But then they go ahead and make the NLCS. So it doesn't seem that far-fetched if Juan Soto wants to prioritize winning as well as money. I don't know if there's a better environment when we're talking about both of those things than the New York Mets. Obviously, the Los Angeles Dodgers, but I feel like there is a limit to how much they're going to spend. And truth is, they don't really need him either. They beat a Juan Soto-led team in the playoffs alongside Aaron Judge pretty handily in 5 games. So I don't think the Los Angeles Dodgers need him. He's a luxury that I'm sure they would love to have, but I don't see them going toe-to-toe with Steve Cohen and Edward Rogers as well, who is clearly going to make a big push. That is the Blue Jays owner and operator. So there's clearly a lot of avenues that we could look at this with, and it's going to be a very interesting race, to say the least. Like, I'm extremely excited to see how this thing pans out. As a Blue Jay fan, I guess the next best thing would be to have him end up in the NL East as far away as possible from the Toronto Blue Jays. I think that is the best case scenario if he isn't signing with your favorite team, to end up in a different division. I think that's something that we could all agree on. But let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think the figure is going to get up to? Is it going to start with a 7? Is it going to start with a 6, which is something that we've been hearing pretty much all along here? But a very interesting report here coming out from David Pingalore, who basically said the Mets are in the pole position, that the signing is imminent. I'm not ready to go that far, but obviously Pingalore and the ones that are involved in this race are a lot more tapped in than I am. I'm just regurgitating the information that I am seeing online. I'm not privy to what we're hearing inside those 4 walls in terms of what Scott Boras has to say about his client. But the fact that this is the track record that Pingalore has, and he's a trusted reporter in the industry and an LA guy at that, I mean, that to me is a clear indicator that something is going on here, and that the things are moving in the right direction for the New York Mets. So I think it's not a done deal, but we're definitely headed in that direction, and I expect a signature within the next 7 to 10 days when it comes to Soto, and I'll keep you guys up to date on all of that. But again, let me know in the comments down below, what do you think the contract starts with? How many years is it going to be? And ultimately, who do you think Soto is going to sign with? Is Steve Cohen going to stay true to his word and go toe-to-toe with anybody that tries to go toe-to-toe with him? Or is he going to get magically outbid by someone else, which I personally do not see happening. He is determined. He wants the Mets to get back to glory. They were close. They were definitely close this year. They took the Dodgers to 6 games, so they're headed in the right direction. They got a good nucleus of players, but they're going to have to spend a lot more money this offseason. They obviously signed Frankie Montas. They're in danger of losing Pete Alonso, but I don't know how much that matters if they do acquire Juan Soto. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow.